राधे 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 गोविंद। सब गाइए।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
सब गाइए, सब गाइए means everybody please chant, huh? राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गोविंद। सब गाइए।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
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 राधे 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 गोविंद।
राधे 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 गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुदेवाय नमः। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनी अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे उदारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणे ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोधा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुःखं गीतामृतं वहत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोण तथा जयद्रथजला गान्धारिणीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थग्रन्थोत्कटम् नाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैर्हरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः हरि ओम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं श्रीकृष्ण Let me welcome all of you to this satsang. Thank you, Gita ji, for giving such a nice welcome. Gita ji gave the welcome, and now we are doing Gita only. Yes. Bhagavad Gita is a very famous text. You know, spirituality is actually a very simple thing. Life is very simple also. Human beings are known for complicating life. Everything in life, we complicate it. And the more complications we make, the more trouble we have. Yeah, I'll give you an example. We do that all the time. You see here. Back in the day, when you had to go from here to the Sterling, then you will walk, right? That is very simple. But if you are walking and you bump into somebody, anybody will get hurt? No, you just bump into the person and you say, sorry, and you continue, right? So we feel that simple thing, that takes too long. So what do? You invent a bicycle with 2 wheels now. So you'll get there faster. Well, when you fall from the bicycle, you break an arm. So the simple living is replaced by a more complex living, and the danger also increases when you do that, right? So then we say, no, the bicycle also, man, this thing takes too long. We put a motor on the bicycle. So we call it a motorcycle now. Well, if you fall from the motorcycle or you get in an accident, well, something really more bad will happen now, isn't it? Then we say, no. Motorcycle also not good. We make a car now, 4 wheels now. Instead of 2 wheels, 4 wheels. And now life becomes real complex because you have to get driving license, you have to get driving test, means you have to go and get driving lessons, you have to pay insurance, you have to import the car, you have to, so many things, right? Mechanics. And when you were walking, you used to go by the mechanic or what? When you were walking, there was no mechanic, no nothing. Life was very simple. But now life has become more complex. Then you have to go and import gas, and the ship has to bring gas and supply the gas station. Sometimes you run out of gas. And a lot of complexities. And gas price in the world going up and down. And human beings are known to make life more and more complex. Everything with food. With food also. Look here. Your grandfather and great-grandfather and all of them, they used to go in the back of the yard, dig some arrow, pick some karela, something from the back, and you eat some simple thing, right? So then we say, no, this thing too simple and too plain, man. Dal, rice, bhaji, and too simple. And really that was the better one. But nowadays, what is that? Fast food. Eat fast food and die fast. Burger and pizza and Mr. Colonel Sanders and KFC and all the other. Like that. And just as we are making that all these complex things, life more and more complex now, all the complexities, they manifest in so many various ways. So we have to build high-tech hospitals and high-tech medical facilities and care, so many new things, because we made the life very, very complex. So we have to have complex response systems, you see, to respond to all of these complexities like that. But really speaking, the simple life is the best life. And spirituality also is very simple. I'll tell you. Like for example here, Bhagwan teaches, right? And he'll teach in further chapters. Now we have reached chapter 11 today we are starting. And he'll teach in further chapters. Like a simple thing I'll tell you. If somebody asks, what is this color? Well, you just have to say that color is orange. That is simple or not? The other fellow will say, listen to the other man's answer. What is this color? Well, that all depends. He starts like that. Depends on what? What color shade you're wearing. The simple, straightforward answer is orange. But there are people who like to make all things complex. Just tell simple, straightforward. Arjuna's name, and this Bhagavad Gita, there are two main characters, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and he's speaking to Arjuna. Arjuna's name means straightforward. Arjuna comes from a Sanskrit word Raj. Raj means straightforward. So we are just straightforward. I'll tell you a story about a fellow who was in front of the judge. The judge asked him, he was a defendant. The judge asked him, hey, did you enter that house at 5 p.m.? He was charged for stealing. Did you enter that house at 5 p.m.? He said, Your Honor, on or about that time. Are look here. The judge, he just had to tell the judge, yes or no. He said, Your Honor, on or about that time. Did you steal that $5,000? He told the judge, Your Honor, more or less. The judge told the police officer, put him in jail. So the police officer dragged him, and while he was going, he shouted at the judge, Your Honor, when will you let me go? He said, sooner or later. So the idea is, if somebody asks, just tell very straightforward. That is the proper thing to do. That is called truth. When I start beating around the bush, I've started compromising with the truth. And that makes life complex. You see? This is how simple spirituality is. It's a very simple thing actually. So now, you keep that in mind as we are going along these all chapters. So now, we have finished 10 chapters, and this is, what, 63? 62. Night number 62, and we are heading west. Next, we will be in West Coast, Sikwibo, like that. Okay. So now, in this beginning of this 11th chapter, Arjuna is telling to Bhagavan, Prabhu, you had real lot of compassion on me. Now see, it is also very simple to have compassion. When I meet another human being, I can have compassion on them, or I can have what we call in ordinary language, I can have love or I can have hate for that person. Many times we meet another person and we say, what is, my spirit not take him? Correcting? I'm trying to get the guy and he's correct now. My spirit not take him. It means to say, we don't know why I don't like that person. For no reason. So, the best thing, Bhagavan says in the 9th chapter, in chapter before, he said, I have equal love for everybody. Bhagavan don't think you are Hindu and Bhagavan love you more. Bhagavan loves everybody equally. So, we have to emulate that quality of the Lord and love everybody equally. Now, I tell you have to be careful about that also. When you go to the zoo, I don't know if you have been to the zoo, but if you go to the zoo, there's a lion there, there's an elephant there, there's a parrot there, there's some other, beaver there, different animals, right? And there's a monkey and a teddy bear, or whatever kind of bear, polar bear, not polar, what is that? Panda bear. That time, we love all of them equally. We say, oh, it's a nice animal. What a nice animal. And we go to all the cages and we look at all the animals. So we have equal love for all of them. And that is called sambandha in Sanskrit. Equal love. Relationship of love. But there's another word in Sanskrit which is called as vyavahar. Vyavahar means interaction. You know, when you go in the zoo there and the rabbit is there, you go, oh, bunny rabbit, you go, oh, so nice, so cute, oh, kuchi kuchi ku, like that. You tell the bunny rabbit, right? So you love the bunny rabbit, you love the elephant, you love the tiger because you're going to see all of them. But the interaction which you can have with the bunny rabbit, can you go and have with the lion? You go there now, tell him, oh lion, come, let me. So that is called in Sanskrit language, vyavahar. Vyavahar means your interaction, a transaction has to be different with the lion, as from the lion to the bunny rabbit. But your love should be equal. You get nothing? The sambandha is ekai, one. Relationship is one. But your interaction of vyavahar is different. So in the same way, in this world, we have equal love for everybody. But if that fellow pushing drugs there, you go and oh, come, use my body. Come, let me hold hand and walk. No. That in Sanskrit is called as kusang. That is wrong association. What we have to have, not kusang, satsang is the opposite. You all know that one. See, if we don't find ourselves in satsang, nothing will happen. Means we'll never evolve. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram
So now see, Tulsidas is telling, if we don't associate with the right people, if we don't have interaction with the right people in satsang, he says, Vivek means the most important quality in a human being is the intellectual might of a human being, where he can make a choice between what is proper and what is improper. If we do not develop that faculty, we will never actualize our human potential. And today we were discussing, just now before coming, we're talking about life here and life in America, life in Canada and all. And let me tell you, the mark of development of a human being has nothing to do with material prosperity. The mark of a development of a human being has to do with how much inner peace and tranquility and like Bhagavan says, compassion and all of these things that he has in his life. How much I have evolved into those greater virtues in my life. That is the mark of development. Not that, no, I moved from having $1,000 to $1 billion. I moved, so I have developed. That is not development in Sanatana Dharma, in Bhagavad Gita. I have moved from being selfish to being selfless. That thing is called as development. A person might get $1 billion and still selfish like anything. So in that lifetime, Bhagavan says, that thing is a waste. That lifetime gone achieving nothing. He didn't move. He didn't evolve. You see? So now Bhagavan is describing this quality, and these qualities are to be achieved when we attend satsang regularly and keep the right company. Madanugrahaya paramam. Arjuna is telling to Bhagavan, Prabhu, you had so much compassion on me. Look at that. What you did? Paramam guhyam adhyatmam sangitam yatva yoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. You gave me the most supreme knowledge. No, the most supreme knowledge in this world. You gave me. And that also I did not ask. How much compassion Bhagavan had for Arjuna. And not only that, Arjuna claims, now after you gave me the supreme knowledge, and after hearing it from your own mouth directly, all my delusions have gone away. And this moha word is a big, big word in Sanatana Dharma. See, usually we don't... See, wherever I'm going, right, I'm trying to encourage people to get up and engage in self-effort. Self-effort, right? So what do I mean by this? Look here. Religion across the earth, right? Religion across the earth, while it serves a good purpose in so many ways, at the same time, it is like a double-edged sword. It also causes a lot of trouble. Most wars and fighting and killing in this world has been done in the name of religion. So while it serves one edge of the sword is good, there is another edge of the sword which is dangerous. And one thing which has happened to all of us is all of us feel that somebody else can pray for me. And that makes me lazy. Acha, theek hai, I will just give Babaji $500, or I will give the priest $500, I will give the imam $500, and he will pray for me. Well, that is all what we call as delusion. There is no such thing. So I will pay somebody else and they will pray for me. Let me just ask you, Are bhaiya, if I have the sickness, if I have a disease, and you take the medicine, you tell me what will happen now? I have a disease and you take the medicine for me. You die from medicine and I die from disease. Both gone. Correct? The man who is sick, he has to take the medicine. Life doesn't work like that. If you are hungry and I eat for you, I die from overeating. And you die from hunger. Yeah. Both are we gone. In Sanskrit there is a wonderful subhashita which says, Udyamena hi siddhyanti karyani namanorathaihi nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mrigaha. Means to say, all results in life come by self-effort. What is that word? Self-effort. Don't put your effort in somebody's hand. That does not work. That's all hoodwinking. Hoodwinking, we call it. Huh? And I'm deluded, and there are people whose interest it is to make sure that they perpetuate my delusion. That fellow can save me, that one can pray for me, that one can do this for me, and it doesn't work like that. Huh? Because of a certain law of karma. The law of karma says what? So you sow. See, everybody said the law just now. There's nowhere in that law says, so you sow, so shall I reap. The only place you can do that is when you sow boda. I go and reap the boda. That doesn't work in spirituality. The law of karma is so you sow, so shall you reap. So that means what? Your own actions only. So now, all of us have a lot of delusions. This big word I told you, no? Moha. Arjuna said, Prabhu, after you gave me this supreme knowledge today, all my moha has gone away, all my delusion have gone away. And I'll tell you the simple meaning of this moha now. Exactly what I was talking about just now. Moha means understanding, seeing, or thinking anything upside down. That is called moha. So just now I told you, see, you think that somebody can pray for you. Well, it is really upside down. Only you can pray for. So anytime you see anything upside down, that is called moha, delusion. So Arjuna's delusion was what? Arjuna's delusion is Bhagavad Gita. He thinks that if I leave this battlefield and run away, that will be best. And Bhagavan is telling, no, it is the opposite. If you stay here and fight, that will be best. So opposite. All of us think that we will die. That is called delusion. This jiva, one who is living inside his body, in the second chapter he taught, in the beginning itself, where he starts his teaching. Arey, you have had countless births, and so have I. We have moved from birth to birth to birth. Countless births. We were always there, and we shall always be there. This is Bhagavad Gita teaching. So, but we all think the opposite. The all thing is called delusion. And I can go all night tonight telling you how many different types of delusion we have. And human species have come today to think whatever is not good for him, he thinks it is good. And whatever is good for him, he thinks it is not. The whole species. That is Ravanta. See, Ravan was thinking, no, I have to kill this Ram. That is good for me. But what was good for Ravan? Are they going and surrendering to Bhagwan Ram? That was good, isn't it? But he is thinking opposite. That is called delusion. So now Arjuna was full of delusion in this Bhagavad Gita, and now 11 chapters. 11 chapters have gone, and now Arjuna claims, for the first time in 11 chapters, Arjuna says, Prabhu, now all my delusions have gone. In our life, the goal is to remove this delusion. Huh? One more delusion is we think that we are this body, but we are not the body. We are the one living inside the body. When this body is dropped, then we move on to another body. So that's also, it's called Dehatma Buddhi. Big delusion. Like that. Now, Arjuna continues. Now, second verse of this 11th chapter. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
ki jai. Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tvattaha. From you, Prabhu, I have heard today all about beings, this universe coming to manifestation and this universe going out of manifestation. Now, what Arjuna is talking about is just in the 10th chapter before, Bhagavan was telling all about cosmology, about how this universe comes into being and how the universe goes into pralaya, means dissolution, and again comes into manifestation, and all his varied manifestations in this universe. Everything is the Lord only in the world. Everything is a manifestation of Paramatma. That's why we have to treat everything and everybody in this world with respect and love and compassion and all that, you see. So Arjuna is overawed, you know what we call, amazed at how Bhagavan taught all of these things to him. How Vistarashaha means in elaborately Bhagavan told also. Kamalapatraksha he calls Bhagavan, Shri Krishna as the one with lotus eyes. Hey Kamalapatraksha, you taught me all of this. Oh, lotus-eyed one, you taught me all of this. Mahatmyam api avyayam. Your undying, imperishable glory and greatness you also taught to me. All that happened in the 10th chapter. Then you all were not there, we were there in some other places and all. That was going on. Huh? So Arjuna is being what? Grateful. Gratitude. Actually, this is another quality which is not known for in human beings. All the other creatures, they know gratitude, but a human being doesn't know gratitude. What we do, Bhagavan gives and forgives, and man gets and forgets. Have you heard? We get, take, and we forget everything. So, this, now I don't know if you still celebrate here. I'm sure you all still observe. There's something called Pitripaksh. Have you heard? How you call it? Pitripaksh? Pitripaksh? Pitripaksh in this September time, around that time, there are 2 weeks where the rishis have set aside for all of us to pay homage to all our Pitri. Pitri means ancestors. Right? Look here. Now, for those of you who have traced your origin and all that kind of thing, you will know we came from between, what you call it, Ayodhya, Gonda and all, to Patna in between UP, Bihar, that area, right? What is today UP, Bihar. That time it was some other province. So, if your ancestors did not come here, you would have been born in Bihar, right? You would have born in Bihar. Well, you just have to go in Bihar and see the condition. So you should be grateful to your ancestors for, correct or not? Bihar today is the most backward, least educated state in India. So imagine you would have been born in. So I say, oh, how grateful I should be for my great-great-grandfather. You know, that fellow braved that Kala Pani and came around that Cape of Good Hope, like that, all the way around, whatever, and came here. So many of them died, and all that sacrifice that they made. Actually, this is the more important aspect of Pitripaksha. The most important aspect of Pitripaksha is you have to spend the 2 weeks in your heart of heart developing great gratitude for all your ancestors that went by. It's on their shoulders that we stand today. Of course, there are observances and there are rituals and all that kind of thing. But if you do all the rituals and this and that, and you really did not develop any gratitude in your heart for your ancestors, then all the rituals also have gone to waste. Because the thing is meant for you to really have gratitude for all your ancestors, yeah? Like that. Had they not been there and had they not done what they did, today we would have had nothing. So now Arjuna is here now displaying great gratitude toward Bhagavan. Prabhu, you showed me and you gave me all this knowledge and you removed my delusion. I heard it directly from your lips only. I'm so fortunate, in other words. And it really, all the great things you told me about yourself, it is as exactly as you say. Usually, human beings are not very good at noticing the sublime, noticing the subtle, noticing the finer, more refined things in life. We are very good at noticing all the grosser things now. Our eyes are extroverted and we really not trained from birth. You didn't do it or we didn't do it. By nature it is like that. We are trained only to see the gross things and all. So effort and sanskarization is required for us to see subtler things. So Arjuna is grateful to Bhagwan for having shown him all these subtle manifestations in this universe. This is number 3 now, see this. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam. Evametad yatha atha. Prabhu, you know what happened in the 10th chapter? Bhagavan was telling, all the great things which you see in this, when you see greatness and grandeur and magnificence in this universe, that time please remember that is a manifestation of me only. When you have victory in your life, when you have some achievement, anything in life, you please remember it is manifestation of Paramatma only. Otherwise, what happens? All of us think it is, no, I did it. I am the boss, That is ego. We should always think that it is Bhagwan who is responsible for all the things in this world. You see? So now, Bhagwan did like that to Arjuna and showed all his great manifestations in this world. And Arjuna said, Prabhu, really, it is exactly as you say. The individual jiva, you and I, we pale into insignificance in front of Paramatma, who is infinite, endless. We really, by our own individual effort, cannot really achieve anything in this world, had it not been for that Lord. But human beings in their great ego, they think, well, I am the boss, I am responsible for this, I am responsible for that, and had it not been for me, this thing would not have been achieved, and that thing would not have been achieved, and all that kind of thing. And we say, no. If Bhagwan wants, like for example, this temple, we say, you can't say, had it not been for me, this temple would not have been here. Nobody should ever say. Because if Bhagwan wants that temple, whether you are there or not, Bhagwan will get that temple done. You see? We should always remember whatever things we see. So that is what Bhagwan was teaching in the 10th chapter. And throughout the 10th chapter, showed Arjuna all his greatness. Arjuna is saying now, really, it is exactly as you say. Tvam Atmanam Parameshwara. Oh Parameshwara. Bhagavan is called as Parameshwara. Parameshwara means Param Ishwara. Now, what exactly is the meaning of that? It means he is the one who rules the whole universe. Rules the whole universe. Ishwara is the one who rules. The literal meaning of the word Ish is to rule. So Bhagavan is the one who is ruling everything in this world. And if he wants something to get done, Tulsidas ji writes in Ramayana. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
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 Koi soyi jo Ram rachita.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
O kari tark badhave sakha.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Koi soyi jo Ram rachita.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
O kari tark badhave sakha.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Syavara Ramachandra ki jai. Arey, look here. Only that thing and that thing alone will happen in this world that is ordained by Bhagavan Sri Ram. Nothing else will happen. So if we feel that we are running this world, we better think again. Paramatma is running this world. People say, but Swamiji, what type of Lord is this? So many people are suffering, are being killed, and people are being kidnapped and murdered, and a whole lot of things going on in this world. What kind of Lord is that? Arey, look here. There is a very simple thing. He is running this world, and he is running this world based on which law? I told you that in the beginning itself. What is the law? Jo jasa karai so tasa phalu chakha, means as we sow, so we. There is no other law which is governed. You see, you see, people don't like to hear these. We only like to hear nice things. We don't like to hear the truth. I'll just give you an example, right? You say, oh, Swamiji, what type of Lord is there in this world? See, in Gaza and Palestine, they're killing little children and killing so many people, and all sorts of murder is going on in this world, right? And where is the Lord? People get angry also. People get angry. What kind of Lord is it? He's allowing this thing to happen. But let me tell you something. You are only living in the last 50, 60 years, and we are living in a certain period. Let us say an 80-year period, right? So you are living in an 80-year period. Have you seen the whole history of humanity? You have not seen the whole history of humanity. And you think about the atrocities other people have committed on other people in this world now. They brought 12 million slaves from Africa to this part of the world. Not one or two. They beat the people. They did everything possible to these people. That is cruelty or not? That's cruelty, na? There was a fellow by the name of Cortez who came to Mexico, and in the name of the church, that fellow killed 1,000 native Amerindian people per day. He took us a vow to kill 1,000 natives per day because the church had declared that these people don't have souls. And every single day, his sankalpa he took, I'll kill 1,000. And like that, he went on for years. Now, Cortez will not kill them personally. Cortez will have a whole army. Right? So, no, see, all that part of history you have not seen. But what goes around? That's the law of karma. So then why are you saying, where Bhagwan de? Why you didn't do something? And if you commit atrocities on others, you will be born in a place where the atrocity will be committed on you. The whole karma of the whole world is just working itself out. And like that, killing has gone on. Bapre. Hitler and his men, the Third Reich, they killed 6 million Jews. Pol Pot, Stalin, how many people they have killed? So what goes around comes. You just have to make sure that you don't engage in any such bad act. That is all. Let the world and the world process and the karmic process of the earth, let it work itself out. You make sure that you stay on the right path, you do the right thing, you stay on the side of Bhagwan Ram. You stay on the side of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, who is always going to stand up to do what is right thing. That is the idea. Don't make judgment about the law. Very Lord, why he allowed this and why he allowed that. The Lord allowed freedom. And if I put my foot in the mud, I will get mud. And if I put my foot on the tarmac, I will get tarmac. He gives freedom. And we created all of that. We should not be blaming Bhagwan. So now, Arjuna got all this supreme knowledge from Paramatma, from Bhagwan himself, and also now he's telling, you are the one who is ruling this universe. And when we say, people say, Bhagwan is the one who is ruling this universe, why are you allowing all of this thing to happen? It has a simple answer. He is ruling the universe by the law of karma. What goes around, comes around. I'll just give you a simple example. Look here. Suppose some criminal from down the road comes and murders somebody in your house. Right? Some criminal from there comes and murders somebody in your house. Right? And the police immediately catch that criminal. The police immediately catch the criminal and they took him to court and they took you as witness. When you go there, you will tell the judge, Your Honor, it is okay, you know. This fellow, he did not know what he was doing. Leave him. Anybody will tell? Nobody will tell. In your personal life also, you always want to see some sense of justice, even if it may be retributive justice. Means to say, he killed, so he shall be killed. Correct? Even if it has a sense of retributive justice like this, some people say not good enough, but nature has retributive justice. It's called the law of karma. That is the law built into the nature. So if the judge could catch him and the police could, let that result come immediately, then good. Let it be. You see? So the same law which you love, that they caught the criminal and they punished him, the same law is the law of karma. So when it happens outside, why you don't like it? That is the law which is going on. We like it when it concerns us only. You see? The law of karma. So now, the Bhagwan is ruling the world. How? By holding the law of, he called karma phaladata. He's holding the law of karma together. So that law works. And that law is immaculate. That law, it is not conceivable that in one instance also, that law will fail. Why? Because if one day you do something wrong and I pay for it, then Bhagwan failed. Correct or not? The Lord failed. So that law is non-transgressible. No matter what we do, we can't break the law. Jump high or jump low. He is called as Ishvara, the one who is holding that law together. So Arjuna is calling Bhagwan here as Ishvara, Param Ishvara, Supreme Ishvara, the one who is holding the law together. Drashtumichhami te. Now, topic changes from there. When that line finished in the third verse, the topic changes. Prabhu, now I'll tell you how the topic is going now. Bhagavan was describing his greatness and his glories and his magnificence and his magnanimity and his opulence and all of that. He was describing to Arjuna in the 10th chapter. Right? But that is like, I'll tell you. Suppose you have never had jalebi. Right? You have never had jalebi. So I describing to you, you know, jalebi is like coil shape, like mosquito coil. Right? I am describing to you. Then jalebi is yellow in color, orange yellow. Oh. Then jalebi is sweet. Then jalebi is crunchy. So if I go on describing, whole day I describe for you jalebi, would you ever be able to understand what is jalebi? Are bhaiya, no matter how much I really explain to you, you will not understand what is jalebi until you take a nice bite of that crunchy, sweet. The idea is hearing about something and seeing something or experiencing that thing with your sense organ. That is two different things. So in the 10th chapter, Bhagavan explained to Arjuna about his greatness in this universe. So that is only hearing. Now the topic changes here. Arjuna says, Prabhu, you explained to me about your greatness, you know. But look, Drashtumichhami te rupam. I really want to see your greatness with my own eyes. Or with my eyes, like that. I want to see. Because in English language you have all heard, seeing is believing. But that is not the English phrase which is applicable here. Arjuna has already believed. That is why he says, my moha, delusion has already gone away. Arjuna thinks, if hearing was so good, if hearing was so great, your greatness, just to hear about it, what now if I see it? And what is going to transpire in this 11th chapter here, and this is a very famous chapter for this thing, is Bhagavan is going to give to Arjuna what he calls as Virat Roop Darshan. Virat Roop Darshan, he is going to make Arjuna see his whole manifestation in this infinite universe. And now only science is coming to terms with the magnitude of this universe in which we live. Because all what we know in West, because all of us had Western education, right? The British brought us to this part of the world and gave us a Western education. And in Bharat also, Bharat means India. In Bharat also they gave a Western education to everybody. But what is known in Western education so far, because Western education was tainted with the goggles of Christianity. And so they never believed in any other worlds and all of that. But now science is itself proving there are so many countless planets, countless galaxies, in trillions, not millions and all, trillions. Science is telling every day all this thing. This Bhagavan is going to show to Arjuna. This Virat Roop, his expansive manifestation in this limitless universe. Arjuna is going to see all of that. This is what he is asking, Prabhu. I want to see that. This happens in Ramcharitmanas also. Kausalya Maya one day looked into the mouth of Bhagavan Sri Ram. And she saw the whole, she got Virat Roop Darshan like Arjuna. Kak Bhushundi one day flew into his mouth. Kak Bhushundi was a crow. And he got Virat Roop Darshan. So here, Arjuna is going to ask now, see, let me chant it again. Number 4. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Anyase yaditat chakyam maya drashtumite prabho. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Kanaya Lal ki jai. Arjuna is so humble also. You know, throughout his Bhagavad Gita, we go on and on telling about these very simple things in life, to be humble and be simple. Arjuna says, listen to his words. Prabhu, if you think I can see that Virat Roop of yours, that in Virat Roop in English also, it's a poor words are there. What do you say? English language really cannot capture Sanskrit. Virat Roop means your see, if I say universal form, that word is so poor in English. The limitless manifestations of Paramatma which goes on infinitely, no beginning, no middle, no end. They call Virat Roop. This includes all the Milky Ways known to science and all black holes and whatever science is talking about, all manifestation of Paramatma. So now Arjuna wants to see that Roop, the whole universe in one grasp like that. And he's so humble. It's Prabhu, if you think I can see that, you please let me see. If you think I'm capable of seeing. Because, you know, many times, many people are not ready for the truth or not ready for the ultimate realization. For ultimate realization, we have to work ourselves up to becoming ready. So many times we are not ready for that. There's a wonderful story in the life of Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharishi. He was trying to give his... Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharishi was a realized soul. What we call enlightened being. And he tried to give his mother enlightenment. Because such people can do that. And he touched her. But that jiva was not ready for that. She started screaming and she told, stop, 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 I don't want. Not ready for that... like for example, if you pour boiling water in plastic container, what will happen? Well, it will shrivel up, isn't it? But if you pour boiling water in a nice metal cup, nothing will happen to the cup. So many times if our personality is not yet developed and is still like plastic and not yet developed to the stage of a metal cup like that, if I have not gone through a process and developed the truth when it comes in such a person's mind, the person will not be able to bear that. So Arjuna is asking for that reason also. Prabhu, if you think that I am capable, yadi manyase tat chakyam, if it is possible for me to have that vision, your universal form, in poor English, maya darshtumiti Prabhu, hohi yogeshwara tato me tvam darshaya, means you show it to me. Please show it to me like that. And Arjuna uses so many appellations for Bhagavan Shri Krishna in these few verses and all. Because the Lord has countless names. And Tulsidas Ji says in Ramcharitmanas, you know, in this Kali Yuga in which we are living. Let me just see. Now it is 7:39. Huh? 7:40? Okay. In this Kali Yuga in which we are living, Arjuna, see in these few verses, how many names of Bhagwan he has used. He has used O Parameshwara, O Purushottama, O Avyaya, O Yogeshwara, like that. Different names for Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Because in this tradition, the name of the Lord is the greatest power in this Kali Yuga, they say. Nahi kalika ramana bhagati viveku Ram naam avalambanai
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya
Nahi kalika ramana bhagati
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya
Tulsidas ji says, in this Kali Yuga in which we are living, the name of the Lord is the most powerful means for spiritual enlightenment. You see, all the other things will work, but they will not work so good. And say Arjuna also, how in just in 2 verses, 3 most powerful names of Bhagwan, he is calling here. Bhagwan's name is Purushottama. Bhagwan's name is Parameshwara. Bhagwan's name is Yogeshwara. Like that. And all the forms of the Lord have thousands names. You know that? The 1008 names of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. 1008 names of Bhagwan Ram. Like that. 1008 names of Bhagwan Vishnu. 1008 names of Lord Shiva. Like that. If we learn to chant in name. So Arjuna is you going on telling. Kamala Patraksha. Oh, so many names here. Oh, lotus-eyed one. Like that. In Ramayana there Tulsidas ji is writing. He's saying, Nahi Kali Karamana Bhagati Vibeku. In this Kali Yuga, Kali, no Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. They will not work. What will work? Rama Nama Avalambana Eka. The name of Ram. So, Arjuna is following nicely in this tradition of calling the, while he is speaking also. How wonderfully. While speaking also he is using the opportunity to call out all names of Paramatma. So now it says, Prabhu, humbly, if you think, hey Yogeshwara, if you think that I am fit and capable of witnessing this Virat Roop of yours, universal manifestation and infinite manifestation of yours, with all things happening at the same time, you please show it to me, like that. Then Bhagwan replies now. Number 5, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagwan says, yes, I will show. I will show you this universal form of mine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Pashyame Partha Rupani Shadashotha Sahasrashah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nana Vidhani Devyani Nana Varakati
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Pashyadityan Vasunrata Ashvinau Marutastatha.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Pahunya Krishna Purvani Pashyascharyani Bharata.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Now, to explain these two verses, I have to tell you a little bit about Hindu cosmology, right? Because I started a topic previously, and the topic is our education, right? You all know that our ancestors belong to Bharat, and we had a certain worldview, the way we understood the world, and all of that type of thing. Then the British came into Bharat and wiped out our understanding, and they put their understanding in our head. That is why right now across the world, Hindus are working towards the decolonization of the mind, we are calling it. Decolonization of the mind, because they colonize our minds. And so we learn to see so many things in so many ways. Like, for example, I'll give you a simple example. You may not have thought about it, but because it's a good forum, all of you could start thinking about it now. You will hear Hindus saying, right? When somebody died, you will hear Hindus saying, R.I.P. Have you heard? What it means? Let me tell you something. If you ever say that, you are a pakka Christian. Because that is what Christians say. No, I'm not saying anything is wrong, because if he believes that, let him say. But everywhere in this Bhagavad Gita, in the beginning when Bhagavan starts teaching, he teaches reincarnation. What is the word? Reincarnation. That means to say what? You died and you're coming back right here, right? So if you're coming back right here, where is there rest in peace? Tell. But I'm telling you, that is what I will, tonight, if I start telling you, I will tell you 1,000 things that they have put in our head and they wipe out our thinking. We believe 100% in reincarnation. From the beginning to the end of Bhagavad Gita is teaching reincarnation. Beginning to end. So if there is reincarnation, there is no such thing as rest in peace. What you should say, today if you want an acronym, nowadays people who do texting on phone, what is that? BRB. BRB means what? Be right back. So what do you think? In the 9th chapter, he says, even if you go to Swarga, listen to the 9th chapter. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam khine punya martyalokam vishanti. After finishing all your punya karma, enjoying everything in Swargaloka also, where we come? Here only. So be right back. So now, like this, so I'll tell you another simple one which you see every day, right? I will just call 3 names of Bhagwan, and you'll tell me who they are or what they do, right? These 3 names. Brahma, Vishnu, and... Alright, everybody know. This is the first point. Second point now. Brahma is the... Right. Vishnu is the sustainer, and Shiva is the destroyer. See, everybody telling like that. Brahmaji is the creator, Vishnu is the sustainer, and Lord Shiva is the destroyer. There is no such thing in Sanskrit language. No such thing. They went and read our Sanskrit language and gave English translation, and all of us ended up with that. We ended up saying Brahma is the creator, Vishnu Bhagwan is the sustainer, and Lord Shiva is the destroyer. But let me ask you another thing, right? If you take sugar, please pay attention, it's a very simple thing. If you take sugar and you put it in water and you stir it like this, what happens to the sugar? It dissolves. Even in 3rd standard they teach like this, right? The sugar dissolves. But let me ask you a question on that now. Is the sugar destroyed or is the sugar just dissolved? The sugar is just dissolved. The sugar is very much there, correct? The sugar was not destroyed. The sugar is there. And if you send it through another process, they have processes for doing all that now, you will get back your sugar, isn't it? So this is all that Bhagwan Shiva does. What he does is he dissolves the universe, not destroys the universe. Because this jiva is indestructible. Nainam chinnanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha. So many verses in the second chapter of Gita. The jiva is indestructible. So Bhagavan dissolves the whole universe and it stays in that state of pralay, and when it stays for the same duration of time it was manifested, again Brahmaji now, the dissolved universe, he again makes that universe manifest. Like if you do some process and you get back your sugar which was very much there in the water. So Brahmaji is not creator, he doesn't create anything new. Brahmaji is called the manifester. He manifests things from the unmanifest, he brings it into manifestation. And in the 8th chapter, this is described, and the words are, from avyakta, he brings it into vyakta. So it was there already in unmanifest form. That is called avyakta. And he has the technique to bring it from the unmanifest form to the manifest form that it can be perceived by our 5 senses. This is what Brahmaji does. The Brahmaji does not create. But foreign people going into our place and reading our Sanskrit language, they come up with all sorts of translation. And all the translation are Christian based. So what we turned out to be? Pakka well-educated Christians. So what we have to do, all of the simple words, we stop using those words and start using the proper word. So that's why I started by telling some of the things that has been changed in our mind. And so we have, we don't have a proper understanding of Hindu cosmology. And in Hindu cosmology, this is not the only place where there are beings living. This is not the only place where there are beings living. But in the Christian world, this is the only earth. There is nothing else. When God created, he only created this earth. And science is now disproving all of it. So now, I just want to ask you one question. You just think, our sun is a little dot like this. And around our sun, there are 9 planets, right? And like our sun, science is now telling, with James Webb and all, which they blasted off from right here next door in French Guiana. James Webb is now showing that our Milky Way has more than 2 trillion galaxies. Trillion, And around our sun, which is just 1 among the trillion. And we have 9 planets, and we have people living here on this earth. So you are thinking, in the trillion, there is nobody else. Oh, the scriptures and the rishis tell that is the height of conceit for you to think that you are the only ones in this universe. So now, how many other, in Sanskrit the word is, I'll tell you, it is called as Ananta Koti Brahmanda. Infinite universes. Ananta Koti Brahmanda. So now Bhagavan is going to show all of this to Arjuna. And in the second verse which we chanted there, let me start from the first verse. Pashyame par patharupani shatashaha sahasrashaha. See now my multifarious form in hundreds and thousands. In hundreds and thousands. Huh? Oh, that was, yeah. I only have 5 minutes. I forgot, because every night we are stopping at 8:30 now. So now, Bhagavan is going to show to Arjuna his multifarious forms in hundreds and thousands, all planets and stars and galaxies and constellations and everything like that. He's going to show. This thing will blow Arjuna's mind. But if you want to see that and hear that, you will have to come to Essequibo Coast. No, by the time that comes, it will be in Essequibo Coast. Because that will still be going on, most probably. All right. I have to stop there. I got carried away because every night we are stopping at 8:30, but I forgot we started in this temple at 6:30. We start at 7 usually. Okay. So this is what is going on. It is called as Virat Roop Darshan in this chapter 11. A most amazing chapter. Okay. Let me say a very special thank you to Gita ji and all the executive members of this temple for having organized this one night satsang here. Last night we had 2 nights in Legwan. Yesterday we had 2 nights in Legwan, yesterday and the day before. And tomorrow we will be at the Providence Hindu Temple on East Bank, Demerara, tomorrow night. We have a few days on that side, and when we are finished, then we'll come all the remaining nights. Most of it will be on this side, Essequibo Coast and East Essequibo on this side also, right? East Bank Essequibo. All right. Very special thank you also to Pandit Jaidat Ji Pasad and Mohandas Suraj Paul. Thank you all for having arranged nicely here tonight for us. First announcement I want to tell you before we have the Aarti is this 108 nights will conclude on the 3rd of May at 5 p.m. 3rd May, 5 p.m. It's a Saturday, and it will be in Georgetown at the Gandhi Youth Cricket Ground. Gandhi Youth Cricket Ground in Georgetown. 8th of May, grand finale, big program will be there. So all you have to remember is what? 3rd of May, 5 p.m. Those of you who have the time and you can make it to Georgetown. And if you want to stay at the ashram, our ashram is in Monripo. You can come and stay also to come home the next day if you so wish. One of these bookmarks have been printed for each person. Please don't leave without having one. It is to mark the occasion of this 108 nights across Guyana. So we printed one for everybody. Please see on your way out and have one. Okay. A lot of things are happening at the ashram. You can take so many courses and classes online, and you can come there also and take classes. Please see Dev Ji who is sitting here and Jina Ji there, the 2 acharyas who have been posted here to Guyana now. They were first posted in Toronto, Canada for 10 years, and now they are posted here. Chinmay Mission is a worldwide organization with centers in all countries. And there are so many countries across US and Canada, Trinidad, St. Martin, like that. Now latest one is in Guyana. All right. So they are posted here for teaching all of this knowledge which you have been hearing tonight. Okay. One last announcement I want to make, and that is for those people who are considering studying this type of knowledge and doing this type of work, becoming brahmacharis and swamis and all that kind of thing. If you ever have this thought in your mind, well, the next course is starting on the 2nd of October in Trinidad. This course takes place only 2 places, in Trinidad or in India, Mumbai. So the next batch is starting in Trinidad on the 2nd of October. Now it is a very demanding course, and I'll tell you now how demanding. And if you're coming to study, you will please pass the word on to others. If you're coming to study, this is how you have to make up your mind. First is, you have to be 30 years and under, then you have to be unmarried, and you have to have a university degree, which these 2 teachers qualified and did way back in 2014. So, if you qualify, then you can come and stay in the ashram for 2 years. Classes will be there every single day for 2 years. There is absolutely no holiday, not even a single holiday. No Saturday, Sunday, Christmas Day, Diwali Day, nothing. Classes every single day. Second thing, classes start, the first class in the morning is 5:30 a.m. and the last class in the night ends at 8 p.m. So every single day, classes, and from 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. That type of rigorous training, when you are finished, if you are still alive, then you can go. You will be allowed to, you'll be posted somewhere in the world to teach. So now these 2 people, they're not born in Guyana. Dev Ji's father is from here, from Guyana only. And Gina's parents is one from India and one from Africa, living in Africa. So they have been born in different places, and now they are teaching in Guyana. So the mission has this type of training, rigorous training. So please tell any prospective student that you may see that who might be interested in this. All right. Okay. I will end now, and we'll have Bhagavad Gita Aarti, and then we'll see after that. Okay. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita मया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद
जय भगवद गीते मया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते
मर्म प्रकाशी कामा शक्ति हरा
मया कामा शक्ति हरा
तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी
तत्त्वज्ञान विकासिनी
वेद्या ब्रह्म परा
ओम जय भगवद गीते
निश्चल भक्ति विधायी निर्मल मलहारी
मया निर्मल मलहारी
शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी
शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी
सब विधि सुखदायिनी
ओम जय भगवद गीते
द्वेष विहारिणी मोद सदा
मया कारिणी मोद सदा
भवभयहारिणी तारिणी
भवभयहारिणी तारिणी
परमानंद प्रदा
ओम जय भगवद गीते
भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तमरजनी
मया नाशिनी तमर्जनी
देवी सद्गुणदायिनी
देवी सद्गुणदायिनी
हरे रसिका सजनी
ओम जय भगवद गीते
ममता त्याग सिखावन हरि मुख की वाणी
मया
मैया
हरि मुख की वाणी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी
श्रुतियों की रानी
ओम जय भगवद गीते
दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय
मया मातु कृपा की जय
हरिपद प्रेम दान कर
हरिपद प्रेम दान कर
अपनो कर ली जय
ओम जय भगवद गीते जय भगवद गीते मया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते
ओम जय भगवद
ओम जय भगवद गीते
ओम जय भगवद
ओम जय भगवद
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलाय तनो हरिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हरि ओम।